Fourth team of 5 here today on the Sorare Profit Challenge, gearing up for the European season starting soon, and we're continuing the team creation with the LIGUE this week. Not sure how competitive the division will be, what with only 12 or 13 or so the teams being licensed. I guess it narrows down the scoring berth a bit. And obviously PSG are the team to beat, but there's some other lovely decent teams licensed, such as Lille, Lyon, Marseille, and so on. So let's see what terrible team I could muster up here, starting with the goalkeeper, Marco Bizzot. And this individual was acquired for the reasonable price of £16 on the dot, and he's contracted for another year at Brest. Brest. Like boobs. And looking at his scores here on Sorare data, and you know what? They're fine. What else do you want me to say? A couple of greens, a couple of not so greens. That is the life of a goalkeeper, lads and ladies. In defence, my mate Arthur THEATE, probably pronounced THEATE, but I like THEATE better, and I got this Rennes defender for about £18. Real big fan of this guy. I think he's got Premier League football in his future for sure, and if we check him out on Sorare data, not only can we already see that his price has gone up by over a tenner since I bought him, but his scores are truly quite strong across the board as well. You know, his bad weeks are typically in the 40 to 50 region, which isn't completely terrible, but for every bad week, there is a really good week or two. So lots of upper 70s to mid 90s thrown in the mix there. Really found his form. Has even been starting for Belgium recently in the international fixtures. So yeah, proper happy with this fella at the back. And we are then staying Rennes strong with Benjamin BOURIGEAUD. Fuck me. How many vowels do you want in your name? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fuck me. That's 6 vowels in his name. The cunt has managed to use all 5 vowels in one name, so that's not a name I'm going to want to say a lot here, so we're going to call this guy Benji. And I got Benji here for about 26 quid, and he's risen in price a bit recently, like the 8 did as well, kind of expected in the lead up to the season kicking off. But looking at Benji's score graph, and it speaks for itself, especially at the back end of last season, a strong finish there. You know, it does look a bit peaky and trophy at times, so hopefully we can stay peaky and be less trophy. That would be enjoyable, because next season this talent could be capable of pitching in with some big scores here on the way to winning some rewards. So he's going to be a critical player for me going forward. And then the final limited card here. Originally I got Vitinha for like £7, but what with all the recent PSG signings, I'm not too assured on his game time at the moment. You know, they signed Ugarte from Lisbon, who could take his spot. So Vitinha is definitely a backup option for sure. My main option instead here will be Teddy Tuyuma, who I'm also not completely sure about, honestly. Like, his SO5 scores are pretty fucking tasty, but the main caveat here, big fan of that word by the way, caveat. The main caveat here is that those scores were in the Belgian Pro League, but now Teddy will be dealing with some bigger fish to fry in the French League. Some big old fucking sardines. That sounds like a pretty French kind of fish. Is France even by water? Yeah. Yeah, France is by water, yeah. What the fuck am I talking about? Basically, I don't know how Teddy will get on at Reims. Hopefully he does well, as he will be running out in this lineup of Bizzot, THEATE, Benji, of course Teddy himself, and then I guess Mbappe. I need a common forward to go in this final spot here. Mbappe, obviously the prime candidate to finish off a LIGUE team with no PSG players in it also, might I add, as a little caveat there. So I guess it all depends on the whole Mbappe PSG contract situation. You know, as of recording, he is still a PSG player, and as of recording, it doesn't look like he will be leaving PSG in this transfer window, so it will be an interesting time to see if he starts the first game of the season. Surely he does, right? But if not, I guess there are other options like Jonathan David of Lille, or maybe even Lacazette or Ben Yedder, etc, etc, etc. So let me know in the comments down below who could be a good option in that spot, and I'll catch you next time, lads and ladies, because I fucking love you.